Change can be uncomfortable. Change can be painful. Change can be scary. So I see here that someone was very scared of change and all the change that it would bring with it. Maybe accepting this offer from you would bring in so much change that they weren't necessarily ready for. They weren't ready to release. They weren't ready to have feel uncomfortable like that. If they're single and they're not attached to anybody, then they don't have as many problems. They don't need to make changes. They don't need to feel uncomfortable. They don't need to face parts of themselves. They don't need to look at healing, and they don't need to deal with this drama. They may also have like some work situation that they made as an excuse that they need to focus on that. Some of them might have not been doing well with their money, and that could have been aiding in their insecurities. It's like they're beating themselves up over here because there was so much happiness and they were in denial. They could have been in denial that it was real. It's, you know, this is more colorful, it's more vivid, and they were in denial that it was real. They could have been in denial about things like their own insecurities, their own doubts, their own anxieties. Maybe they had fear that you were giving to other people. There's competition around you. But some of them, it's because they were doing it. They had other people, and that's why they projected onto you that you might have other people, which is just ridiculous. I hate when people do that. It's like they accuse you of the very thing that they're the ones doing, and that's why they're insecure over it, because they're doing it. I fantasize about what it would be like, you and me. Yeah, this person is constantly thinking about like what it could have been like had they just commit to you, had they just made the choice, had they just ended what needed to end. They could have this. They could be with you right now. You guys, yeah, you guys were so happy together. They could have that, and it's like they just can't stop thinking about it. Like, I was supposed to have this. I prayed for this. Why did I do this? Everything I do, it's all for you. So this can be about someone who performs. Everything that they do, everything that they say is to put on a show for you. But also, I don't really see that in the reading. I feel like this is more about every choice that they're now making, every change that they're now making, it's all for you. Because they realize that they fucked everything up because they didn't want things to change. They were resistant to change. And so now they could be doing things to try and, I guess, get ready for you. I mean, I do see that they're working on themselves. So they could be cutting things out, making changes, going to therapy, working on themselves, working on their confidence. I do see that they are trying to work on their confidence to take that leap. Everything that they are doing, it is for you, collective. So I'm getting that there's going to be a lot of people that are upset about the fact that you guys are back together. Someone's committing to you. People that were happy that they were spending time together. So like I said, this person had a lot of people around them. People that were platonic, people that were casual, people that were just like, you know, little friends that you know like you. You know that they have a crush on you or that you flirt with. This could be exes that they still hang out with and keep in their life as a friend. Collective, welcome to your reading. Please keep in mind that these are general. Not all of the messages will be for you, and that's okay. Let's jump into your channeled message. For you, collective, I'm seeing a ball of light. It's almost like a sun or an orb, and there's a little person walking around it. This person has their hands in their pocket. Every step that he takes, I see hands popping out of the air, offering him something, offering him things, or this could be people making offers. And this little guy's just ignoring them, just walking right by them. It's like he's not even paying attention. It's not even bothering him. Like, he's totally unbothered. He's just ignoring them. And they're just everywhere. It's almost like billboards where we drive down the highway and there's all these billboards and it's just like, just ignore them, right? Because they're everywhere. It's just out of nowhere. It's all this stuff that they want you to buy, and it's like, it's all stuff that I don't need. So this person is ignoring them, walking by them. And I see another hand or an offer floating all around, but just out of reach. So it's like the little orb, the circle, little guy walking around, and then there's hands here and here and here and popping up everywhere he goes. But this other offer is kind of floating around above. So it's very out of reach. I don't see that it's being offered to them. And this guy is running around trying to jump, trying to reach that one offer. So they very much want this offer. It's the one offer that's not being offered to them, and it's out of reach. So I'm getting that this person is very set and fixed on this specific offer that's out of reach. It seems to look more brighter, it seems more vivid, it seems more sharp, and it stands out from the rest. Now, I had a question. I'm like, what happened? Why is this offer not being offered? Why can't he reach this one offer? What happened? And it's showing me a scene where this guy pushed it away. It was being offered to him at one point. This could be a woman, this could be a man, it doesn't matter. So it was being offered to them at one point, but I see that they had their arms crossed and they seemed a little arrogant. They seemed a little kind of mean. It's like they pushed it away. It's like, I don't want it. They turned their head the other direction. So ignoring it, pushing it away, or rejecting this offer. And it's funny because I'm getting the words once in a lifetime offer. So this offer was very significant. This offer was very special. It was a once in a lifetime offer, once in a lifetime person, once in a lifetime opportunity. So I'm getting that this person now sees the value in this offer, because everything that this person has been offered since, it's like it hasn't even been worth taking a look at. It hasn't even been worth taking. And then it's kind of directing me back to the offer that they want. And it's showing me that this offer, for one, like I said, it's more vibrant, it's more sharp, it stands out, and it's showing me like its outlines. It's got like very dark lines, like it's lined in black, whereas the other ones seem a little blurry. They don't seem to be lined. They seem to be, it's like not real, maybe illusionary. So it's telling me that the one offer that they want, because it's lined in black and it's sharper and it's more vivid, it's more real. It seems more real, like you can actually touch it, you can actually feel it. Whereas these other offers seem to be like a video game. It's like they're pixelated, they're a little blurry. They don't stand out, they're not bright, they're not sharp. They're distorted, or they're illusionary. Like I said, illusions. It's giving me part of the matrix. And then it's taking me back to the ball of light. How this man is walking on this ball of light, and it's giving me the vibe. And the question, has this man awakened? Something about like divine source, divine light, and he's walking on it, and he's ignoring these other pixelated, fake, matrix looking offers. And he wants the real one, but it's out of reach. So it's like, has this man or this person become awakened? Maybe they went through a spiritual awakening, or maybe they are spiritual and they are awakened, but for whatever reason, they rejected the one thing that they wanted, the once in a lifetime offer. And then it's showing me this man praying. It's like he's on his knees and he's praying for this offer that is out of reach. And I see a lot of regret. I see crying. I see regret. So it's giving me an energy that this person prayed for this opportunity. Possibly with you. You could have been the opportunity, or you could be this person that rejected something that you wanted. You actually wanted this. I'm getting that whoever rejected this offer, they prayed for this. They prayed for this offer. And when it finally came into their life, they either acted proud, arrogant, they rejected it. Maybe it was out of ego, maybe it was out of pride. I don't know, maybe they didn't notice it before. They didn't notice that it was real. But they definitely know now. Some of them, they prayed for this, so they knew what it was when it came in, but they let their ego get in the way. I don't know. We're going to ask the reading. Hopefully it comes out. This is very interesting. Let's get started. All right, collective, we're going to pull some oracle cards for you. We have healer. It says, you have powerful healing gifts. Have faith in your abilities and stay true to your path as a healer. So this can be about healing. I definitely see that in the reading. Somebody needed to heal. They were unhealed. They needed to heal. We also have show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. So Aquarius energy today here in the reading. Some of you have that placement. Some of you are dealing with someone who has the placements. But we also have Aquarius energy in the reading today. Aquarius energy can be about being innovative, thinking outside the box, being unconventional, being about the people, the community, humanity, being involved in humanitarian work. We could have like someone who's into healing services to help the world, help the community, help humanity. And we also have energy, negative traits of Aquarius of being emotionally detached, emotionally avoidant, maybe running away or shutting down when things get too overwhelming, too serious, too real, too emotional. Somebody could be a ghoster too. Aquariuses are known to ghost. They get upset, overwhelmed, emotional, or they feel some type of way. They just ghost. They shut down. So there could be that energy there as well. Sometimes Aquarius energy can be a little manipulative, but for the most part, I feel like they just want, they're about people and what makes people special. They're not about the self. They're about others, groups, organizations, companies, humanity. So there could be an energy here that is like that. They could be a healer, or they could be a very healing person. There's also someone that needed to focus on healing. So they may have ghosted, they may have abandoned, okay? They may be a little emotionally avoidant as well. And with the Aquarius energy, like I said, they're more focused on groups and people. They can kind of devote themselves sometimes to the group of boys, the group of girlfriends, their family, other people, making connections with strangers, making friends with strangers. It kind of is a way of being emotionally avoidant. It's like, let me avoid the deep connections and being one-on-one with people, forming intimacy with them, and let me just like devote myself to meeting new people, making new connections for work, for whatever, the group, the family, the friends, instead of my lover, my spouse, my partner. They can be a little bit like that. That's one thing that I have an issue with Aquarius energy sometimes, is I'm a very one-on-one person. I'm a very like, let me focus on you and you only. If I'm hanging out with you as a friend or a partner, I want quality time. I want to connect. I want intimacy. I want to feel close to you. I want to build deep a bond. And Aquarius can run from that. They'd be like, oh, no, 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 no. I'm going to choose the group of friends over you. So there could be that energy. I kind of feel like that's involved here. Let's get some more oracles. Mirror. It says mirroring each other, self-image, relationships reflect on wounds and introspection. That definitely jives with the Aquarius energy. They can be very introspective. They can be like hermit mode. Let me just detach. Let me be on my own. Somebody could have been reflecting on their wounds as well. Yeah, and you could have mirrored some of their insecurities, their wounds, their traumas, okay? And then we have the palm tree. We have stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility. This is that once in a lifetime opportunity. Someone had the opportunity to have like real stability, growth, commitment, permanence, security with someone. It's something very serious, once in a lifetime offer. I feel like they always wanted that, but when it came in, they were not prepared to accept it, because I don't feel that they were fully healed. Maybe they were still in a place of healing and kind of reflecting on old wounds. But yeah, they were not healed at the end of the day. We have 𝕻𝖚𝖚 𝖚𝑙𝑖. This is what it looks like. I just love these cards. They're so beautiful. And we have life as you know it will change radically. And this can be a welcome release. Kali is not quiet and subdued in the cremation grounds. She is wild and vital. Kali brings energy and aliveness to situations where there would otherwise be none. She brings an end to stagnation that has been depleting your life force. There is a lot of change here, and there's something destructive about change. It's not quiet, it's not comfortable, it comes in wild and fierce, and it can bring chaos and change can be uncomfortable, change can be painful, change can be scary. So I see here that someone was very scared of change and all the change that it would bring with it. Maybe accepting this offer from you would bring in so much change that they weren't necessarily ready for. They weren't ready to release. They weren't ready to have feel uncomfortable like that. But life is going to change radically. But I feel like that's what this person was scared of. They were scared of this. They were scared of what needed to change. And you are like Kali. You came into this person's life to change their life radically. You were going to bring an end to the stagnation that was depleting your person's life force. Or this could be about you, and someone came in to bring in change in your life, and you overthought and you got scared and you rejected it. Okay? So pick and choose who you are in this reading. But I feel like a lot of you, this will be about someone that you were dealing with, and you were the once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm just guessing, okay? Flip and switch it as you need to. Let's get started. So we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Cups. This was destined. This is someone's destiny. This was fated. Someone was destined to have this beautiful stability, happiness. They prayed for it. Someone prayed for this. I always wanted someone that I can have a family with, or someone that I can be with and have this happiness together with. I want happiness. I want stability. I want security. They wanted these things, but when it came in, it looks like they shut it out. Someone rejected this. They could have had this. They were supposed to have this. It was meant to be. It was destined. It was guided, and they abandoned it. Someone may have ghosted you. They may have shut you out. They may have, abandoned you, rejected you. And it's because this person was in denial and they didn't want to look at something, and it looks like it had to do with change. Someone did not want to face, they didn't want to look at what needed to change in order to have this, in order to accept this. They were still looking inward on past wounds. They were still reflecting. And what ended up happening is because they were not healed, I feel like you mirrored their insecurities back to them. You mirrored their fears, their traumas, their pain, their wounds. Yeah, you brought in a lot of uncomfortable feelings, and they knew that they had to let some things go, change certain things in order to welcome this in their life, and they did not want to deal with it. No, I don't want to. Some of them, with the Aquarius energy, they could have lots of people around them, lots of little friends, friendships, connections. And, that's a weakness of Aquarians. They love people, they love groups, they love big friend groups. They love to work with organizations, people. They just love making new connections. They're people persons. And the thing is, when you're open to that degree to people, you're going to open yourself up to a lot of toxicity, fake people, users, narcissists. I feel like Aquarius people often deal with that, especially if they are very like, oh, I want to be friendly. I want to be a friend to you. I want to help people. They're going to deal with a lot of that. And for the most part, I would say they have good discernment, or at least they have a good cutoff game. But they may have not wanted to end certain things, let certain things go. Habits, thought processes, wounds. They weren't ready for change. They didn't want to deal with change. So they rejected this opportunity. Someone here acted like, no, I don't want to be with you. I don't want this. I'm not ready for this. I would rather be on my own. I need to be single. I need to do my own thing. When they could have had something beautiful and stable. Maybe it would require them to commit, be faithful, be loyal, be reliable, consistent, all of these things that the King of Pentacles is. And they weren't ready for that. Now, others of you, they may have felt like, no, I need to stay on my own, or I'm going to go off on my own because I want to focus on a career. I want to focus on a job. I need to work. I'm focused on my money. So they could have made that excuse. Again, emotional avoidance with Aquarian energy. And now it's like they stay up late crying. They stay up late crying. They can't believe they rejected this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Oh my gosh, they can't stop thinking about it. Look how it's below the 10 of Cups and the 5 of Pentacles. They can't believe that they shut this out. They can't believe they rejected this. They pushed you away. They can't stop thinking about it. It keeps them up at night. They stay up late hours and they cry. They can't even sleep because of this. And we have the 8 of Swords next to it. So it's all to do with fear, doubt, insecurity. This person overthinks a lot. They overthink. And this is what made them ghost. You know, they started to feel things. They started to get uncomfortable. They didn't want to look at what needed to change or end. They knew it was coming if they were to get into a relationship. Some of them had like some work situation and they felt like they couldn't. They couldn't, they shouldn't, they won't. And they shut it out. Yeah, they were overthinking. They didn't want to face what needed to change. And there's an energy underneath of 6 of Pentacles and 5 of Wands. This can be spending time with other people, giving time, energy, and effort to other people. And we have like drama, chaos, fighting. So they could have had lots of people around them, people that they spend time with, people that they talk to, and they were just not ready to give that up. You know, this could have even caused a lot of drama and chaos with you guys. If you guys were involved romantically, this would have caused, you know, chaos or conflict with you guys because they were spending time with other people or giving time to other people. Now, if that's not the case and they weren't doing that, which some of them they were, okay, because the Aquarius energy is known for that. If it's not that, I feel like they were worried that you were doing this. They started overthinking because they were unhealed. And they started thinking, well, does collective have other people? Does collective give attention to other people? Maybe you're attractive. Maybe you're popular. Whatever it is. Someone had a lot of fear and doubts and overthinking about maybe you were spending time with other people and they felt a lot of conflict about this. They could have felt like there was competition around you and that freaked them out, and so they ghosted you. But some of you, they might have had those fears that you were doing it, so they started to do it, or they were doing it and that's why they started freaking out that maybe you're doing it. Projection. It caused a lot of conflict here within them or between you guys. They could have even caused fights. They could even know that if they get into a relationship, they're going to have to be loyal. And so they're going to have to end certain friendships, end certain connections in their life. Everything's going to change because they know that if they were spending time with other people, it would cause drama with you guys. Obviously, you know, it's just not okay. I mean, yeah, everyone has friends, but at some point you need to focus on your one person and have one-on-one time and build a connection and build trust. You can't be spreading yourself thin amongst all these people. Aquarius placements can do that. You know, they spread themselves very thin, and it's just to avoid intimacy. It's to avoid having like a real connection or emotional situations. They avoid it. They like to always surround themselves with friends and people. They don't have to think. They don't have to connect to anybody. Nobody will really know them on a deep level. So they could have had this issue. Yeah, they're overthinking. It's like they could have had happiness with you, but they chose to continue to spend time with other people. They chose to give to other people, and they may have been like doing it out of insecurity. Insecurity, not wanting things to change in their life, and in denial, not wanting to look at something in regards to giving to other people and a relationship that's stable and solid. They didn't want to make a decision, or they didn't want to look at something like, hey, I can't be doing this. This does not go with the Ace of Pentacles. You either have the 1 or you have the 6. And they were in denial. They thought they could have the 1 and the 6. I don't know about that. They were in denial about like fully committing to one person and being faithful and being devoted to that person, or something to do with their work. They're like, I can't, I have to work. It's better for me to not commit to one person. Whatever it is, they're overthinking. They're up at night. They can't stop thinking about this. I could have had the 10 of Cups and I left it. I could have had the Ace of Pentacles, but I chose to give to others. I wasn't seeing things clearly. I didn't want to look at something. Maybe they did it because they thought you would do it. Again, it's out of insecurity. They ghosted a situation because they didn't want to look at what needed to change within them or in their life. They were overthinking and insecure. And it's like, meanwhile, everything was good. This was a beautiful connection. The 10 of Cups is here twice. Both of you felt so happy together. This is like bliss when you guys are together. You could be together with family members, together with children, or just the two of you, and it just felt so good. It felt so blissful, so peaceful, so nice. And they always wanted this. They always wanted this. They prayed for this, and that's why now they're beating themselves up. I could have had the 10 of Cups had I just commit. They regret, for sure. They were not seeing this, and now it's like they're mad at themselves. They're so angry at themselves. I could have had the Ace of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, and the 6 of Pentacles. Because I feel like you were very generous with them. Generous with your time, generous with your affection, generous with your love. It was equal give and take. You put in effort, they put in effort. They always wanted this. They wanted something stable, something emotionally fulfilling, and something equal and balanced. And they had that with you. You were the palm tree for this person. But because you would bring in so much change, it scared them, it freaked them out, and they ran and abandoned you. So in the outcome, we have the Justice card, we have the Page of Pentacles, and the Devil. In the outcome, the person wants to reach out. They want to make something right. They definitely want to reach out, explain. It's like they may want to explain some kind of toxic trait, toxic influence around them, toxicity within them, addictions, habits, negative thinking patterns, coping mechanisms. They may want to make it right and explain to you what was going on inside of them. So they may want to tell you about their overthinking, their insecurity, their anxiety. Some of them could struggle with some kind of a mental illness that you don't know about. They could have like avoidant attachment style. Like they want to explain the toxicity. And they're obsessing. They're obsessing about doing this. They're obsessing about you. They are obsessed with you. You are the one that got away. The once in a lifetime opportunity that they prayed for, and they fucked it up once they got it. So let's take a look at your external energies. External energies for collective. The 5 of Pentacles. So they know that they abandoned you, they shut you out, they ghosted you. And the Knight of Pentacles, it's been a long time. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. They've been working maybe on themselves, or they've been focusing on their work. Some of them used work as an excuse to avoid having intimacy and attaching and committing. So they know that they ghosted you. They know it's been a long time. They know that they have a lot of work to do, or they need to work on themselves, or they needed to focus on their work. I do feel like this person is trying to work on themselves so that they can have the courage, the confidence to take that leap towards you. So they've been trying to work on this, on their confidence, so that they can actually come in. And yeah, because this ended really badly. They could have also went through a very painful ending in their life, and it gives them anxiety or overthinking, or yeah, you know, something. The Sun. You make them very happy. This was a very painful ending for them because you made them so happy. Yeah, the Tower. I feel like you weren't expecting them to just ghost you. They weren't expecting you to just walk away and leave, or it just came out of nowhere. This ending was so horrible, and it hurts. It could have hurt you. It could have hurt them. It definitely was very painful because of the happiness that they had. It's like they're beating themselves up over here because there was so much happiness, and they were in denial. They could have been in denial that it was real. It's, you know, this is more colorful, it's more vivid, and they were in denial that it was real. They could have been in denial about things like their own insecurities, their own doubts, their own anxieties. Maybe they had fear that you were giving to other people. There's competition around you. But some of them, it's because they were doing it. They had other people, and that's why they projected onto you that you might have other people. Which is just ridiculous. I hate when people do that. It's like they accuse you of the very thing that they're the ones doing, and that's why they're insecure over it, because they're doing it. The Strength. So yeah, this ending was not easy for them. They really struggled with this ending. It was actually very painful for them, and it was because of how happy you made them. This was not easy, and so they do want to reach out, but look, they can't sleep at night. They want to reach out. They're freaking out. They can't sleep at night. They're in their feelings over you. King of Cups. Yeah, they're in their feelings. They want to talk. They have a lot to say. It's like they want to talk about this immaturity that they had. That they were very immature, and they could have been with you. Look, the King and the Queen of Pentacles. You guys could have had something so stable and beautiful. The palm tree, look at this. They could have had that with you, and they acted so immaturely. So they want to explain that. They want to fight for you as well. They really want to come in and fight for you. They feel so bad. They have so much burden, so much guilt. Because you were the Ten of Pentacles. They could have had it all with you. Man, that's so sad when people do that. This person feels really bad and weighed down, and there's something about overthinking and anxiety, insecurities. So they feel so bad because you were everything that they always wanted. You're everything that they asked and prayed for. You were exactly what they were looking for, and they had insecurities. They got insecure. You know, they could still be healing from something that happened in their life. Let's look at damaged confessions. We've got, it would kill me to see you love someone else. So yeah, they don't want to see you with anybody else. They're so scared of this. Like, they don't want to lose you. But they fucked it up. We have, do you still like me? I'm not sure of your feelings. They know it's been a long time. They know they ghosted you, and they don't know how you feel anymore. It's been so long. What the F is wrong with me? Why did I do that? Repeating lessons, failure to learn, addictive behaviors, and impulsive. Exactly. This person is beating themselves up. They don't even understand why they rejected you. Why did they do this? How could they do this? They could have had that with you. They could have had this with you. Why did they do it? They're beating themselves up. They're angry at themselves. They have addictive behaviors. They have impulses. And they've done that before. They have a habit of being emotionally avoidant or ghosting. They do this. I repress everything. It's so unhealthy. That's another thing of Aquarius energy. They tend to just shove everything down, not deal with it, not look at it. They don't like to deal with emotional issues because it's very uncomfortable for them. Yeah. I have a family member that is Aquarius, and they shove it all down. And when other people don't do that, and they purge and they cry and they release, and you know, it takes time to heal, and part of healing is talking about it, and she gets very annoyed and frustrated, and get over it, because that's how she does. But you know, that can be really unhealthy, and it can cause chronic illness in the body and disease. That's where it comes from, is emotions. It's not healthy to repress. It's not healthy to store it. You don't store it. Release it. Let it out. If you're angry, scream, yell, punch the air. I don't care what you need to do. Release it. You will feel so much better. If you're sad, cry. Obviously, you know, we have stuff to do and we don't want to cry in public, and that's fine, but schedule some time to release. It is important to release. You cannot just shove it down. So this person shoves things down. I feel like they don't know how to heal. And they're emotionally avoidant. They don't know how to cope or deal. And they don't like change. Throat chakra blockages. It says, I struggle to speak my truth and emotions. Lack of confidence, repressed my voice for too long, overpowering dominant authority figure of the past. This person has a very blocked throat chakra, and they struggle to express themselves. Now that could come from being in a state where they repressed their voice for too long. Sometimes that can happen to us in our childhood. If we have a parent who's super dominant and intimidating, and anytime we open our mouths to express our feelings or express anything, explain something, or we have opinions or a belief, and that parent gets in your face and they get aggressive. Shut up. Keep your mouth shut. I don't want to hear it. If that happens too many times, we shove it down, and then we have a hard time opening up. And it happened to me. I had that happen to me in my childhood. It's like I would get this intimidation, aggressive behavior that I was not allowed to speak up or explain. And it took me some toxic relationships to heal that. Because in these toxic relationships, I had to get comfortable with yelling and screaming and fighting every day. And that helped me unblock my throat chakra, because then I got comfortable expressing. So there's a lot of benefits to dealing with karmic lessons and toxicity and toxic relationships. They are our greatest healers. You know, you may find that you're in toxic relationships, or this person has found themselves getting into toxic relationships, and that's to heal their voice, their throat chakra, because it might have been blocked in their childhood, or it was these toxic relationships that blocked their throat chakra. Like, it can happen if you're involved with someone who is very reactive, and they make you walk on eggshells, and they're always mad and screaming and yelling, and it's a fight. You learn to stop having a voice. You learn to stop expressing yourself, because it's just going to cause conflict. So when you shove it down, you're blocking your throat chakra. And this person even has lack of confidence now to speak. They don't have the confidence to speak. They don't know what to say. They don't know. Yeah, it's like someone around them in their past was very nasty to them. And this person groomed them to have no voice, not fight back. They need to just fall in line and people please. I fantasize about what it would be like, you and me. Yeah. This person is constantly thinking about like what it could have been like had they just commit to you, had they just made the choice, had they just ended what needed to end. They could have this. They could be with you right now. You guys, yeah, you guys were so happy together. They could have that, and it's like they just can't stop thinking about it. Like, I was supposed to have this. I prayed for this. Why did I do this? Everything I've done to you is coming back to me. So this person could even be going through karma. Things are not going well for them. They're stressed out. Something backfired. They're getting their karma. Everything I do, it's all for you. So this can be about someone who performs. Everything that they do, everything that they say is to put on a show for you. But also, I don't really see that in the reading. I feel like this is more about every choice that they're now making, every change that they're now making, it's all for you. Because they realize that they fucked everything up because they didn't want things to change. They were resistant to change. And so now they could be doing things to try and, I guess, get ready for you. I mean, I do see that they're working on themselves. So they could be cutting things out, making changes, going to therapy, working on themselves, working on their confidence. I do see that they are trying to work on their confidence to take that leap. Everything that they are doing, it is for you, collective. Or everything that you're doing is for your person. And that's beautiful. I like that. Now, let's take a look at your independent energy, collective. Independent energy for collective. We have the Ace of Wands and the Six of Wands. Wow, so we have public recognition, we have victory, we have a passionate new beginning. We have the Three of Cups. Beautiful. You guys will have a reunion. You guys are going to have a reunion, and this is like both of you feel so victorious. There's a lot of passion here as well. We have the Moon. You may keep it secret. You may keep it hidden because there's some kind of conflict. So I'm getting that there's going to be a lot of people that are upset about the fact that you guys are back together. Someone's committing to you. Yeah. This was people that they were spending time with, okay? Someone was spending time with these people, and these people were happy. People that were happy that they were spending time together. So like I said, this person had a lot of people around them. People that were platonic, people that were casual, people that were just like, you know, little friends that you know like you. You know that they have a crush on you or that you flirt with. This could be exes that they still hang out with and keep in their life as a friend, which is just not okay, right? So that's where I don't know if I can make these changes. I don't know if I'm ready for the changes because they may have not been ready to let go of people. They could have had a lot of people around them, friends even of the same sex, that got to have their homie or their bro or their girlfriend back. Now they can go out clubbing and drinking and partying. A lot of these people, they're not going to be very happy. They're not very happy. And part of this person not wanting things to change is like they knew that it was going to be a lot of drama. They know that there could be a lot of competition around them, and they know that people are going to be very angry because they were spending time with this person. I don't know. Then why do it? Why do you continue to spend time with these people? Like, that's a little disrespectful. I really hope, collective, that you make this person prove themselves, because this is, I don't like this. This person prioritized spending time with lots of other people versus committing and having something serious with you. They regret it. They're suffering over this. But still, like, let's look into this. I want to be nosy. I want to look into these people. what was the nature of these connections? What were the nature of these connections? What was the nature of these connections? We have the Four of Wands. We have the Eight of Pentacles. This could have been people that wanted relationships with them. This, for some, it could be people they have a family with, if they have children with someone. But I feel like whoever these people are, whether it's someone that they have a family with, or it's people that want relationships with them, they were putting in the work with this person. And this person was getting together with them, going out with them. This can be like going on dates, going out, drinking, going to restaurants, going out to the park, like meeting up with, having a good time with, celebrating. Some of them could have had exes that they have children with that really were putting in work to try and get them back. So some of you, it's not multiple people, but at least one of them is someone that they may have children with, or they want a relationship with this person. So they were working really hard to try and reconcile with your person. And then I see like this person never really told them that they were seeing someone new. They never told that to them. And that's why they're going to be so angry. But also you may be upset too, because I feel like you didn't know either. Someone had a choice between two and they kept this secret. I feel like this person was entertaining people because they gave them a lot of attention. It made them feel good. Someone was really chasing them. And it's like they know that if someone were to find out about you, that they would be very nasty and vengeful. So there's someone who's very nasty and vengeful. They know that it's going to be drama when they commit. So some of you, it's not multiple people, but some of you it is, okay? Could be like little friends that they have, platonic people, people that want them, but there's specifically an ex that is really working hard to get them back. Meanwhile, they had you, they kept you a secret from them, that there was someone else. They may have kept their ex a secret from you, that there's someone else. And they felt good because, ooh, I'm getting all this attention. Look at all the attention I'm getting. I've got this serious thing, and then I've got this ex chasing me. But they knew, partly I see that this person kept you a secret, okay? Because they know if they made the decision to make things public with you, that there would be a very horrific ending with someone else, and that this would lead to a lot of conflict, a lot of nastiness. You know, it could be someone that they have children with. This person might start withholding the children from them, or take them to court, or it's an ex and they're really nasty and vengeful. So they knew that there was going to be a lot of drama once they get committed to someone. So they kept you a secret. And they kept the secret of, if I make a decision to go with this person, there's going to be a lot of drama in my life. So this person, instead of expressing that and telling you about that, they struggle with that. They keep everything in, and they decided to be emotionally avoidant and just run away and ghost. Is there anybody else? Anybody else? We have single. Also, I feel like they feel more in power when they're single. When they're single and independent, they just feel like they have control over themselves, control over their emotions, control over their life. Everything's, you know, smooth when they're single. Again, emotionally avoidant. This is totally Aquarius energy. It's like, they don't like the heaviness. They don't like the emotional, the drama, the turmoil. It's so uncomfortable to them. It's overwhelming. If they're single and they're not attached to anybody, then they don't have as many problems. They don't need to make changes. They don't need to feel uncomfortable. They don't need to face parts of themselves. They don't need to look at healing. And they don't need to deal with this drama. They may also have like some work situation that they made as an excuse that they need to focus on that. Some of them might have not been doing well with their money, and that could have been aiding in their insecurities. Because I did see that, something about insecurities involving spending money, okay, and feeling conflicted. Because they are happy with you, but they want to be single. Or they need to be single because they need to focus on their work. So there's just multiple things. You know, they could be doing a lot to try and get ready for you. They need to get rid of these people. They need to work on themselves, their confidence, their issues. They need to heal. They need to work on their finances so that they can come in. They're really, everything that they're doing, collective, it's all for you. What else? Yeah, and there's also like, you know, someone's trying to get back with them and they're still healing from that too. They're still trying to heal from their last person. And that person's bothering them and trying to get back with them. And they're still trying to heal. They're still trying to move on. But they were in their feelings over you. They did have love for you and they were invested in you. Look, the Queen of Pentacles. You are the stability, the growth, the security. They really were invested in you, collective. They really did have love for you. They were falling in love with you. They did want you. That's too bad. Yeah, they held back because of conflict with someone of the past. This person could constantly put them in an angry state. And they're trying to move on from that, or they're still angry with the person of the past. They're trying to move on. They're trying to move forward with their life. Yeah, and there would be so much drama and chaos had they gotten into a relationship, so they detached. They didn't tell you any of this. That's the thing. Yeah, they really do struggle with opening up. Now, let's get some blessings for you. Blessings for collective. Blessings with collective. Negative people removed. Wow, we have weight lifted off, lighter energy, weight lifted off. I think I already said that. Protection and justice served, and feeling free and happy. Yeah, so your person is coming into a blessing of having all these negative people removed, or this negative ex. They did need to remove this person from their life. So they're doing that. Remember, everything I do is for you. So they are removing people because they want to make room for you. And then we have health discovery. It says recovery now that you've found out. Learning and healing, finally finding what was causing it and able to treat it. So those of you that have like little health issues, health concerns, you're annoyed, you can't figure out what's causing it, you're going to find out. You may go to a naturopath, you may do some research, you can ask ChatGPT. I find it super helpful. ChatGPT is so good, better than any doctor that I've ever been to. You may find out what's going on, and yeah, you may find a protocol. You may find a way to fix what's going on with you. And we have completion, finally completing things that were left undone. We have accomplished, we have beneficial, we have fulfilling and proud. We have relief and move on to new. So another blessing coming in for some of you of completion. This talks of things that you had that you wanted to get done or needed to get done. You're going to get them done. You're going to complete things. This could be for your person. It's like they could have needed to fix their health. They could have needed to remove certain people in their life, and they finally they're completing things. They're completing things with work. They're completing financial recovery. They're completing certain cycles in their lives. Something like this could even be you. Maybe you're completing things as well. All right, you guys, I really hope that this resonated for you. And if it didn't, feel free to check the other readings or your zodiac signs. All my readings are timeless. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified when I post new videos. Thank you.